Hi guys, you're listening to Ebird Online, and I'm here with the start of the review for 90 Day Fiance, Season 7, Episode 1, I Want to Kiss You. And this is the first part of my review, and I'll be talking about Anna and Marcel, Emily and Sasha, and Michael and Juliana. If you haven't done so already, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. One quick look at my YouTube analytics tells me lots of you guys out there are watching without subscribing. How's a girl supposed to eat? So make Ebird a very happy Ebird and click that red button, and don't forget to like the video too. Right, so first up, we take a look at Anna and Marcel. So Anna's going to meet up with a couple of her friends, and she's going to give them the lowdown on her relationship with Marcel and talk over any fears that they have prior to Marcel coming to the US. So Anna meets in a wine bar with her friend Jamie, and Jamie wastes no time getting to the nitty gritty. Jamie finds it strange that Anna has met someone online, gone to see them a couple of times, and now she's bringing that person over to the US to decide on whether or not she's going to marry them within 90 days. Don't worry, Jamie. Anna explains they talk all the time on the phone. And Jamie asks, how can you talk on the phone all the time when you don't speak each other's language? How do you speak? How does that work? And you can see by the look on her face, Anna's wondering how it works herself. But she plows forward nevertheless and tells Jamie, we speak basic English and basic Turkish. You know, we chat and we joke. He's got a great sense of humour. Again, how do you know? How can you joke on FaceTime when you don't speak each other's language? And Anna lets us in on a secret. They have a translation app. So they translate each other's joke. And I don't know what you guys think, but personally, I can't wait for Marcel to get here so we can hear these translated jokes in all their glory. And I think they're going to be absolutely hilarious. And on to the next issue. Jamie asks Anna, I know he's Muslim, does he drink? Anna tells him no, he doesn't. And she also confides that he doesn't know how much she drinks. She said she hasn't told him, but she thinks it'll be okay because they live in the USA and it's completely normal here to drink. And she tells her friend that Marcel said that he wants to be around when she's drinking, and I find that quite strange. My partner always says he doesn't want to be around when I'm drinking, and I've got a feeling that Marcel doesn't know what he's letting himself in for. Anna admits that she knows it's going to be a challenging relationship, but she tells Jamie that she really likes him because he's not afraid of bees. She said she's met guys before and she thinks they're all pansies because they're scared of bees. Anna, I'm going to let you in on a secret. Not many people are scared of bees. People may well be scared of getting stung, but they're not per se scared of bees. And Jamie tells her that she's crazy. And I can't help but agree. If your main criteria is the person isn't scared of bees, that's a lot of people. You didn't need to go all the way to Turkey to find that, Anna. And Anna says that Jamie has started to make her think about all the obstacles they have in front of them. And she knows 90 days will come around pretty quickly. So the next time we see Anna, she's in the car going to pick up Marcel, who's just got in from his flight from Turkey. Anna tells us she's nervous and that she has some concerns, but she says she's never been so excited and she can barely contain herself. She said it's crazy, but she loves him, and she treats us to an idea of the fun times that are going to be ahead, because she lets us know they videotape themselves inspecting their hives and send the videos to each other. Anna, I have a feeling I'm going to be deeply underwhelmed with Marcel's sense of humour, but here are Anna's main concerns about Marcel. She's concerned that he has no family in the US, and she says he's worried he won't get on with the boys. And she says her boys need to learn what irritates Marcel and to make a massive effort to make sure they get on with him. And she tells us if they don't get along, then probably the marriage won't happen. And Anna, I think you need to think a little bit more about what your boys are thinking and how Marcel interacts with them. He needs to find out what irritates them as well. This is a two-way street, and it isn't just all about what Marcel wants and what Marcel's needs are. You have to think about the needs of your boys. So Anna's standing waiting at the airport, and finally Marcel turns up. Oh my god, I'm so glad you're here, she says. Pardon? And as they start to speak, it becomes clear he genuinely speaks no English at all. And also, it has to be said, he kind of has the look of a simpleton, but I don't want to be too judgmental. Maybe he's just tired. The producers ask, how do you feel? And Marcel tells them, I want to kiss you. Oh dear, this is going to be a long season. Anna explains they can only have very basic conversations and that they need to use a translator app if they want to have a serious conversation. Serious such as, what is your name? What's the time? What's for dinner? And serious like, who is this? Because as Marcel's standing talking to Anna, a friend comes bounding over to him and they give each other a big hug and they greet each other like old friends. Anna stands there bemused and she asks Marcel, who's this? And he says, it's Omar. And she said, where do you know him from? Who is this? And then Omar explains, we met at the airport. Right, I see. And so they bid each other goodbye, and Anna and Marcel go off to their hotel, still asking each other questions and still giving answers to completely different questions. And so I don't know what you guys think, but I'm hoping that Marcel isn't a simpleton and that he picks up English really, really quickly, because I think those boys are going to get tired of him if he speaks no English at all. And I think it's fair to say I'm going to get bored of him if he speaks no English as well. I kind of need to know what you're saying some of the time. And that's where we leave Anna and Marcel this week. Next week I'm guessing he's going to meet up with the boys and we'll see how they get on. And next up we have Emily and Sasha. So the first scene we see with Emily and Sasha is with them toy shopping with eldest son Daniel. And this is a child with his first wife. Emily explains that Sasha only sees him on holidays because his wife prevents him having full access. And she said it's really sad and that Sasha's robbed of the time he should be spending with his children. Emily says she thinks he's amazing and is going to be a great dad. And I think it's possibly true that he'll be a great dad as long as he's there. So literally just for a minute or two. But all of this really surprises me because we're supposed to be really upset for Sasha. He barely gets to see his children because of those evil ex-wives. But Emily's forgetting that Sasha is choosing to move to America and put a couple of continents between him and his children. So he's choosing to miss out on his kids growing up. So whilst I'm sure Sasha is really sad about not getting to see his kids more, he obviously can't be that sad. And later on we see Emily and she's FaceTiming with her sister and she tells us all her family is skeptical because of Sasha's past. And when her sister starts to talk, I realise skeptical isn't the right word. She's disbelieving, she's unconvinced, she's pessimistic, she's cynical. Skeptical is the very least of what she is. She thinks Sasha ain't. And the first thing her sister asks Emily is the baby daddy ready for the birth? And that's absolute shade. Why call him a baby daddy? Who even says baby daddy? So I think she's already gearing up for a baby mama number 3 joke. Emily doesn't catch that shade. She's too busy thinking about how perfect everything is. And then Emily says she's not going to be on her own when she has the baby and that Sasha will be in the room. Thank God. We got all of that figured out. And I think to myself, got all of what figured out? Was there a problem? Did Sasha not want to be in the room when she gave birth? And I'm quite interested to find out more details about this. The sister asks, do the nurses speak English? Sis, it's too late for that now. She's 39 weeks. And it's suggested that Emily should learn the Russian word for episiotomy. And Ebird's going to just run off and learn the English meaning to that English word. Oh, I see. It's a nunu to bum incision. So if the baby's head's too big, it can still come out. And it sounds beyond painful. But Emily's not going to bother with that. First she's got to learn the words for, where the F have you been, Sasha? And then the sister digs in a bit more. Did he take care of his babies or did his wives do that for him? Did you think any of this through before you got pregnant? And then Emily tells her sister, I'm feeling really dizzy. Producers, help. Yep, that's right, Emily. The truth is spinning you out. She cuts off the call and she calls Sasha. And it's clear she's being a massive drama queen because she doesn't want to listen to anything her sister has to say. Sasha comes racing over to the restaurant where she is. And Emily tells him, I was talking to my sister and now I feel sick and dizzy. No, you don't, Emily. Oh, Emily. Sasha can barely put up with women who he's actually married and had children with. And if they get on his nerves at all, he's on his toes. So just how long do you think he's going to put up with your horse crap? Not very. I give this relationship 3 to 4 years until Sasha's got his green card. And finally for this section, we're going to talk about Michael and Juliana. So we first see Michael and he's driving with his children from his ex-wife's house round the corner to his new home. And he tells Max and Cece will be moving in less than a month. And as they pull up to the house, Max looks really excited and says he likes the colour. But I noticed one little bit of shade. Cece apparently had fallen asleep. How do you fall asleep on like a 3-minute journey? And when her dad said, look out the house, look at the new house, she looked out of the wrong window of the car and said, yeah, I see it, yeah, I'm excited. And I think that's Cece's way of saying, I'm not here for your new relationship. And the new house is just 1 minute from his ex-wife Sarah's house. Michael tells us he hopes he's not uncomfortable with it, and Michael further hopes that Sarah will realise it's helpful for all of us. And the Ebirds made a list of why it's helpful for everybody to live under your ex's nose. Now he's living with a new partner. Number 1, if you run out of butter or sugar, you only need pop next door. Number 2, the children can scream, get lost mum, when she's asking them to clean their rooms, and it will only take them a couple of seconds to run next door. And number 3, when Juliana makes friends with the neighbours, they'll all be Sarah's friends too. Michael, you're not kidding anybody, you know there's going to be problems, and that's why you told nobody before purchasing the house. And poor Poor Sarah. Who doesn't want to see the model your ex-husband is shagging when popping to the shop in joggers and with no makeup on? Yes, Michael, I see how it would be extremely helpful for everybody. And then Michael explains that he was with Sarah from his early 20s, but they grew apart, and by the time they divorced they were completely different people. And I can imagine you were, Michael. Before, Sarah looked 20, now she looks 40. Before, Michael was poor, now he's rich. And before, Sarah hadn't had 2 kids, now she has. Before, Michael had no capability to pull a model, now he does. Yes, I can see that they were both entirely different people. And then we have the old chestnut. Michael tells us he and Sarah are extremely close friends, and it might be difficult for Juliana to accept. Of course it will be, because of these extremely close friends are living next door to each other. Michael, you're looking for trouble. You want everything to be easy for you, and you don't give a crap about anybody else. Meanwhile, Sarah's next door, and she has a few questions of her own. Namely, how likely was Michael to be able to pull a model unless he was really rich? And Sarah's worried. She said it's going to be a very big disruption in her kid's life. And she asks Michael, how will Juliana step-parent? She believes the kids will say to Juliana, you have no authority over me. And I believe that Sarah has said to Max and Cece, whatever Juliana tells you, tell Juliana she has no authority over you. Sarah asks Michael, what happens if Juliana decides to move on after she's got her visa? And Michael said the chances of that are very small. No, they're not, Michael. The chances of that are more than likely. And then Sarah finishes by saying she trusts Michael to make a good decision. And you can tell her she's saying it, she's lying. And I think we're gearing up for choppy waters ahead. And so that's the end of this first part. Guys, let me know what you think. Is Michael out of order to buy a house very close to his ex? Should he give her a little bit of space? Does Emily live in Cloud Cuckoo Land? And how long will it take? And how long will it take Marcel to learn English? Or Anna to learn Turkish? Please let me know what you think down below, and I'll get on with the next part of the review. And guys, thank you so much to everybody that's subscribed. If you haven't done so, please just hit that button now. I'm very close to my 13,000 and I want to get there as soon as possible. So come on, help the Ebird out. And whilst you're at it, don't forget to click the like button. You've been listening to Ebird Online. Ciao for now.